Good afternoon, everybody. Let's take a trip to the Amazon this afternoon and see what's happening there, because the Amazon is really a good example for what is happening to a lot of our natural areas and primitive indigenous populations, tribal populations. They are beginning to diminish at a rapid pace. So let's check in here and get a feeling. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first of all, let's ask is, does what is happening in the Amazon affect us all? Okay, so you can see there's a yes. Are people aware of this mostly? Okay, no. Quickly to a no. Okay, so they're not feeling it. Are they conscious of it? Some. Okay, it goes to a smaller yes. Okay, so a bigger no. Okay, so there are some, thank goodness. All right. Okay, so just working with the connections with this image here and this boy that is part of the community that dwells within this lush forest. Okay, so his family is frightened. They feel the encroaching poachers that are coming in. They can feel the shift in energy due to that threat. And this is making them nervous. Okay, so they're having a hard time being completely settled in their natural ways. They feel the threat that their traditions could be taken away, their lifestyle, their food supply. Okay, so this is really, you can see, and in my mind I see this energy moving through the forest. They feel it. Okay, because they don't have enough armed guards is the feeling to protect the area. Okay, so whatever resources the area is using, or overall, not just the area, but as a whole, there's not enough resources put into protecting these lands. I mean, there's other endeavors people seem to be much more concerned about. And they don't, and for so many, I mean, many think, some think, well, they'll just live in regular society, or, they'll be pushed out there, life goes on. It's just a lot of the mentality. Okay, so you can see a no, not for all. You can see a yes. Okay, so it looks like there is a little bit greater yes than no. Okay, so it is good that there's many around there that do have a concern, of course, but in spite of the concern, there's not enough being done. Okay, so you can see a no, so just, being concerned, there has to be action taken. And, okay, so this is very important because we're seeing the forests diminishing at a rapid pace. At a very rapid pace. So, and as these indigenous populations are pushed out into society, then, slowly by slowly, their traditions are drained from them. To a certain extent, some can keep them alive and on a certain level. But, as they're exposed to different diseases, to different ways of thinking, to technology, to a different diet, it's not the same as when they have no contact with society and have that direct connection, unsoiled connection to nature. Okay, is it the same? Okay, so no, there's no way you can regain it or get it back the same way ever. And is this what the indigenous populations, would they like to be? Some of them, do they want to be in regular society? Mostly. Okay, you're seeing a no, unless they are exposed, I don't know, maybe that's different, but if they're not, this is where they prefer to be. They want their land, they want their lifestyle, they want to preserve it, they want it to go forward. Okay, this is what they want. Okay, so in terms of the destruction that is happening now on the planet, and there is a lot that's being preserved too, but let's see if the destruction is greater than that which is being preserved. It is. So the destruction is greater, okay? So it's moving in that direction, okay? So, and let's look at Mother Nature, okay? So let's see, let's see what pattern there is in Mother Nature, if there's a balance, you know, or what it is, okay? So let's see if the pendulum will show us. Whoop, let me bring it over here a bit. Okay, so you can see it's turning this way, and it doesn't completely go to the other side. Now, if it goes one way and then the other, that is indicative of balance. And then there's a bit of a turning, but not fully. So you can see there's something in there where it's not a smooth balance to it. Okay, so there was one, you know, it's kind of all, there's some jagged edges, you know, as we've seen these extreme changes now in weather that are deadly. You know, the things that are happening every year is like, wow, this is the worst we've seen. It's the worst. It's taking longer to clean up. If it does get cleaned up and then the next one comes again, it's terrible. And it's leaving people feeling very uneasy, you know, because it is threatening lives now. So is Mother Nature completely in balance now? You can see no. Okay. Okay. So if the planet, if things continue in the direction it is, okay, with the energy, with the destruction being a greater burden than on the preserving side, okay, so where are things going for the planet? Okay, so let's see if it will show us the pattern. Where are things going? Okay, so you can see this devolving. You can see it devolving downward. So that's where it's going. It's continuing to go downward, okay, in spite of it. Are people really sensing this at all? Okay, they are. Some are feeling it. They're feeling these shifts, of course. How can you miss what's happening with the weather? You know, and then a greater no. So many are just insulated in their worlds, and you know, it is what it is. Oh well, I got food on the table. If you're lucky to have food, some areas don't even have that. So of course they can, you know, thinking about the weather is not on their agenda that day. They would prefer food. So, you know, but the people that do, okay, so we really need to keep alert to who our leaders are, the upcoming leaders. Are they going to protect our planet? This is so important. So let's see. How is the U.S. doing in terms of protecting the planet now? Okay, you can see there's a no. Not well. Can you say not well? Okay, so are other areas of the world, are they doing better than us? Yes. So have we moved backwards in terms of helping the planet? Yes. Okay, is this going to really be an issue if we keep moving on the same trajectory that we're on? Okay, it will be. And will it deplete our natural resources? We'll actually see, you know, more pollution in our water and air if it continues. Okay, yes. Okay, will whatever trajectory we're on in terms of, you know, rolling back all these, you know, all of the regulations and things, is this benefiting workers at all, really? Okay, is it? Boy, if it is at all, you know, it's so small. And, you know, mostly you're going to see a no. Okay, and really, in the long run, who cares if we're suffering and can't breathe, right? I mean, let's look at this. So should nature then be a priority, really, a priority? Okay, you can see a yes. Because without it, we're going. And on the trend we're going on now, it's not going well, okay? So really, and you can see there's a big yes. There's a big yes there. Okay. So let's see what else maybe as we connect in with this energy here, this lush land here. I've got the little monkey up there. That's adorable. Okay, so, okay. Okay, so when you look into this child, really inside there, what can be seen is the indigenous populations, their attire, their traditions, their ways. Okay, and then it kind of starts, it's dripping down. Okay, so, and there's some red in it like blood. It gets heavier. Okay, so it's just, it's being degraded. What can be said? And the areas here, they do purify the air. They do help balance the rest of whatever is happening in the world. I mean, they can't do it perfectly, certainly, but without it, as the trees diminish and things, you're not going to have that balancing and purifying effect. Okay, no. And this is big. This is heavy. So all the rest of it won't have, I want to say, be held accountable in a way. It will just run amok. Okay, and get more and more lethal. And this sounds, I'm pretty bleak, really. Let's see, is it as bleak as it sounds? Okay, you can see there's some resonance of yes. This is really a very serious. So are we in the critical zone right now with the planet and nature? Okay, you can see a no, and there's, there is a mild resonance there, and then it stills, and then a no. So, there is a little bit of movement that's starting its movement up towards yes. So, we're really teetering on the edge of these populations being completely lost. Let's see if this is true. Yes. We're teetering on the edge of a lot of our animal or different species being lost, yes. And we're teetering on the edge of a lot of our trees and forests, and that gets even bigger, being lost. And of course, as those go, the animals go, the populations go. The purifying aspect goes, the connection with spirit in its raw way and with these traditions goes. And even though you'll never have contact probably with these tribal communities, they have a way of enlivening the ancient ways of spirit and of nature, and keeping, it's kind of like continuing to burn that fire so that we have the diversity and the beauty and the richness in the tapestry of our world, that it just makes it, and that's part of the balance too. We don't want everything to be white bread. We just don't. Help. Okay, so please, let's start, being proactive if we can, using our voice, making sure the right leaders come in as we move forward to the midterms. Getting a diverse mix of people, women, men, all, whatever backgrounds they have, sexual orientation, who cares, if they're good people and have the right values that we want to bring back here. Let's do that, okay? So anything else right now with this? Right, so as we end, we will look into the eyes of this adorable child and this monkey that's so cute. Who can resist those eyes and that face, right? So, okay. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye now.